flick. Might as well pop a Miley. She got blue hair, look like Molly. And I love the way she move her body. Yeah, she got red hair, look like Pippi long stocking. Taking out the bitch stocking. Taking hands out my pocket. Slay the trending topic. Pull out the Glock and cock it. At the moment I'm feeling like Grayson, cause I got trained by Rocky. Yeah, she eat it up. Yeah, she eat it up like a pocket. Take this weight up off of me, feel like Rock Lee. Feel like I know karate. Red eyes like karate cut. In the store with her wife beats her. And your wife says she like these nuts. New York shorty wanna chop cheese. Take the beat it, then I chop it. Designer glasses, rich optics. I don't want no small meal. Power up like I'm in Smallville. Blue, green, money, all chill. Got it all here, got it all here. Beat it up on the floor. 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 I don't know where to go, but I'm with my hoe. But I'm with my bitch. We in a top down with. Yeah, she tryna suck dick. I'ma let her go crazy. Might as well give me a flick. Might as well pop a Miley. She got blue hair, look like Molly. And I love the way she move her body. And I love the way she move her body. And I love the way she move her body. Might as well give me a flick. Might as well pop a Miley. She got blue hair, look like Molly. And I love the way she move her body.
What up, we live?
Fuck. Rolling up a op, bitch on geek over there. Rolling up a op, bitch. Rolling up a op with the cannon, bitch on wild and out. We got drugs in the bit right now. Pull up to the truck. You can smell the hot box down the road. Drip, these not designer clothes. Big roll my fucking britches. Ain't missing stuff on the way to the Richie. Wake and bake, ain't eat no biscuit. Wake and bake the blunt. Do a money spread. Rats be falling out. Rats, this shit be falling out. Sell a fake pill, these Tylenol. Nigga got a jury out the middle of the mall. We got the drop, we gon' rush in the spot. I'm in that cut, nigga, aim for a headshot. Nigga tapped out on the block when I lay down. I don't even fly hot guns on FaceTime. Running from a Jake, got me running from a K9. Nigga catch play, making rats at the X line. I ain't going for sick, got the blick at the restaurant. Smoking on the screen, now we smoking on the best one. Get up with the gang, we got leg with the scraps out. Cut the whole throat, told the hoe to get baptized. No, I'm slick, I'm sliding solo with my mask. Fuck nigga think he want beef with the fast. Get a toe tag, put the reach on his ass. Got a boat bag, I can hold other mad. Pull up to the hood, bet your ass do a 4 flat. Nigga ask the J, pull up, ask where the roach at. Nigga ain't in hell and that's out where the ghost at. Put the beam on the nigga, jerk, shoot a 6-pack. Laser ball 9 on your hoe, you better watch back. Tryna pop sit on the game, make you stand down. Splat gun, brush your brain. White weed, that shit taste green. This hoe better not tech me, oh no fuck shit. This hoe tryna sit round, man, little twin, make this hoe tap the game. Smoking on this shit, on high as fuck, I can't even feel my face. Deep as fuck and hot box, you get crushed and you get in the way. Fuck you talking about, Nicky tryna text, I pop out any day. Scratch that pat, I make my rat got re-up the same day. Can't even find my drip, I got my drip from across the way. Running from your problems, put your problems in your blind face. I just got these powers, I see cat shit coming miles away. I ain't even high as I wanna be right now. Roll up one, get geek right now. Nigga got blitz in the V right now. Nigga got scraps in the V right now. Nigga not smoking the real. 2025 nigga still smoke 4 feet. Fuck. Every time.
Yeah. Event life, man, you know what I'm saying? I got it jumping, they on stay, yeah. We did rest first Sunday, yeah. Moving past through a sexy girl. Ain't playing with the money, ain't playing with the stats. Tell me to go and bring out the cash. Going too much, I'm counting up. Fucking that bitch, I'm a stash brick. Strong on my shit, I'm a flex muscle. Press on the app, I got bloody knuckles. The all of my bags, a whole bag. Cardio tag, a toe tag. I'm moving too fast, they coming last. We got on that glass, it's in the trash. The shot got ass, she get a pass. Smoking on dope, this hella gas. Tag, a toe tag. I'm moving too fast. shit, I'm a flex and muscle. Press on the app, I got bloody knuckles. The all of my bands, a whole bag. Cardiac tag, a toe tag. I'm moving too fast, they coming fast. We step on that glass, it's in the trash. The shot it got ass, she get a pass. Smoking on dope, this hella.
Smoking on dope, that's hella gas. Smoking on dope.
Flex and muscle. Press on the app, I got bloody knuckles. The all of my bands, a whole bag. Cardiac tag, a toe tag. I'm moving too fast, they coming fast. We step on that glass, it's in the trash. The shot it got ass, she get a.
What's good, chat? No intro needed. You gonna just watch some videos.
Why see more people? Why are we on this specific planet? That's a good question. I feel like this is probably the most habitable.
Nah, that's funny though, Zeke. I mean, that's kind of obvious, right?
What?
Like, it's the most habitable.
I'm saying, like,
that's funny.
I'm not sure, like, we able to go to them other planets because they not, like, don't. It's like planets that be raining fire, and
Yeah, bro.
or it be like super cold. Like, it's not.
I mean, and we sit it on Earth. Like, look at a fish, bro. A fish can't come to Earth. I mean, a fish can't come to land. That's not as inhabited. You know what I'm saying? So, in that,
what?
that's not as inhabitants.
Inhabitants.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So, when they trying to do that, I just don't think that it's possible for us to go up to these other planets. Cause how we gonna eat? What's up there to eat?
There's probably some animals up there.
Got a point there,
Or do you think we just gotta go vegan?
Well,
you look at a point.
gorillas is vegan, and they big as a motherfucker.
Yeah, but they work out a lot though.
Do they?
Yeah.
What type of workout do they do?
Swinging on you.
Shout out Links for the $2. Appreciate you.
Look that up, Zeke. I want to see a gorilla workout, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You think they got like sets and?
I would play workout just come from swinging. Like, you know, technically like pull-ups.
Look, nah, hold on, Zeke. Train like a gorilla. Nigga, when did the gorillas? This nigga finna deadlift?
Bro, that is 105% AI.
Is it? Bro, I can't tell.
How you know this AI, dude?
Is that AI?
I ain't gonna lie, if we get into a point where niggas can't tell that a video is AI, we might be cooked. We progressing towards the cook area.
Zeke, that like a real gorilla.
Bro,
How you know it's AI?
you just gotta have an AI lens.
They got that now?
What?
They got
AI
lenses?
lens?
I didn't know they had AI
I
lenses.
don't. I didn't mean that literally. I'm saying like you can't tell this is AI.
That's a big ass gorilla, Zeke. He smoking.
It's not real.
Bro, what the fuck?
Are you stronger than the silverback gorilla? They are able to lift more than 10 times their own body weight, and according to research, they could bench press more than 5,000 pounds. The bodies of these gorillas consist mainly of muscles, and their body fat can be as low as 5 to 10. Years of research have shown that the silverback gorilla is stronger than 30 adult men combined. Are you stronger?
Horror farmer. That was horrible what he just did right there.
The silverback gorilla is stronger than 30 adult men combined.
Hey, he been
Yeah, he been practicing that. Rockstar MJ with the 5. Appreciate you. Yo, can you react to Hell of a Night? Dave 1K, Rockstar MJ. We not doing reactions tonight. You know all that shit get copyrighted, but you know, y'all go check.
Here's my best tip to stop coughing immediately, and it's based on TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, and acupuncture or acupressure. So we're gonna do acupressure. All you're gonna do is press on this point. So if you're coughing and you've got a dry cough or even a mucousy, phlegmy cough, this is called conception vessel 22. The point right at the top notch right here at the bottom of your throat region, and it's called heaven rushing out as that acupuncture point. All you're gonna do is press your finger there gently and apply that pressure for 2 to 3 minutes. Right on contact. It's gonna stop that cough. You're gonna love it. Also helps to resolve phlegm. Great for healing benefits for the throat. So if you have a sore throat, if you've lost your voice, you can use this acupuncture point as well. And great for that chronic cough. Try this out.
Right, Chad, we got this. Alright, that's good. We good. We good, we good, we good.
Check that out if y'all want to. Hell of a Night, Dave 1K. Shout out to Dave 1K.
Yeah, we ain't messing with no copyright.
Oh, copyrighted thing.
Yeah.
Take me through the, take me through the. So you tell this is AI?
That's AI?
Yes.
Bro, that's a strong ass girl.
Yeah. I don't know how to tell AI.
Bro, that's hard to tell, bro.
No, it's not. Chet, y'all can tell this AI, right?
Chat, that look like AI to y'all?
I like a real one.
What's like a website? They got an AI make a website? It's just like you could just put prompts in there and just do something real quick. Trying to see some. Trying to see some cool things. Sora.
Whoa.
Ooh, hold on. Hold on, chat. Okay.
This not the sky. Is this the site? Is this not the site?
Hold on, I'm trying to think.
Oh.
Nah, go ahead, go ahead.
No, they said it's not the right site.
That's not?
Nuh-uh. I got one. Pablo meeting Diddy for the first time.
Which one is it, Chad? This one? Oh, OpenAI.
You gotta download it?
Oh, you gotta log in. I don't wanna log in.
Bro, this is insane though.
Who got an account?
Why you gotta log in to AI? That's crazy.
Hold on. Strange says, Strange don't ever type in her.
One. Okay.
What?
I have an announcement in 3, 2, 1.
No, Jake Paul.
Here's my makeup set. Look at this. Oh my gosh, guys, it looks amazing. Look.
That's not AI.
That look. That's what I'm saying. I thought that was real.
That's real.
Jake Paul did not do that.
That's not AI. That's,
I have an announcement in 3, 2, 1. I hope every here supports me. Here's
That's
my makeup
100% real.
set. Look
That
at
ain't
this.
AI.
Oh my gosh, guys, it looks amazing. Look.
They captured Jake Paul.
What? Bro.
no, that ain't AI. That's real.
All right, I'm going to show you how to do the perfect everyday glam. First step, blush. Just grab a ton of it, swirl it around, boom, right on there. If your face doesn't look like you just ran a marathon in the desert, you're not doing it right.
Yes, that's him.
Bro, what the?
Man, they got Jake.
Nah, that's I'm really trolling. That is definitely AI, bro.
Oh, that's AI?
Hell yeah.
Bro,
I can't
that's
tell the difference.
crazy.
I cannot
bro.
tell the difference.
Zeke, bro, look, bro, is you looking at this?
All right, so I'm going to show you how I
Look
get these
at
curls
this,
looking.
like, bro. That look just like him.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. This ain't.
All right, so
y'all
I'm gonna
not,
show you
y'all
how I get
can't
these curls
convince
looking
me
fresh.
that this is new technology, bro. They've
All right, so
been
I'm gonna show
having
you how I
this
get
shit.
these
They've
curls-
been getting niggas.
My name is Harry and I live in a rural area of England. I am now 18, but this happened when I was 15 years old. I have a group of friends I've had for many years, dating back to preschool. I'll call them Luca and Tommy for privacy. Tommy and I live in a small village where we went to school and have spent our whole lives. It's a quiet village with mostly older people, so everyone our age naturally became close friends. Luca lived on a farm not far from the village and went to the same primary school. Growing up, we all believed in the paranormal, but I've always been secretly religious, even though my actions sometimes contradicted that. We stayed close after school and would regularly meet up to drink and mess around. One day, we decided to meet at Luca's farm. We rarely went there and thought we could play music loud and drink without worrying. Luca offered us a place to sleep in the nearby woods. He had a small camping spot set up. Being the immature teenagers we were, we agreed. Everything was fine at first. We drank, ate, and had a good time. It's worth mentioning the tent at the campsite only really fit 2 people, and even then it was a squeeze. Luckily there was a hammock and I offered to sleep in it. Around 3 a.m. I heard a strange humming. coming from deep in.
Y'all hear me now? Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Bro, it's still my laptop now, but I was trying to like put it through my headset. Something's up with my headset. The mic in my headset not working or some shit. Yo, what's good, Ugly? Bro, like, it's just not working right now. I'm kind of scared, that's why I paused it midway through. But also, I gotta fix my headphones. Oh, Ali, are you keeping it a girl? I'm smoking on dope, it's hella gas. I'm riding around to purge my ass. Bro, why doesn't it... Alright, I'm gonna go kinda muted for a quick second to try to fix this. Yo, y'all hear me now? Yo, it works. Y'all hear me? Alright, let's get back into this horror film. Caught a op again. For a nigga.
In the forest, I woke the other two up and asked frantically if they heard it. They heard it.
Try not to watch channels like these. Why, bro? Because they don't be scary. We'll see, bro.
Clearly, it sounded like a woman, and the only woman in the area would have been Luca's mom, who wouldn't come to the forest at night. That creeped us out, and I offered to check what was making the sound. What a stupid mistake. Tommy refused and stayed behind, while Luca and I grabbed our phone flashlights and went searching. We walked for about 5 minutes, and then saw something we couldn't explain. In the distance.
Why would you do that? I'm staying my ass in the tent, and I'm pissing my pants. Really? Damn.
Stood a woman in a white, muddy dress, her hair black and long, and she seemed to glow. She was huge, easily 7 feet tall. As soon as she saw us, she turned and walked away, still humming. Horrified but curious, we followed. She moved through bushes to our right, and we pushed after her. A small crossing bridge led us to a massive open field full of the most beautiful poppy flowers. If you don't know, the poppy is hugely symbolic where I'm from. It's how we remember the soldiers who fought in World War I.
Me and Nohawk again was good with the Russian suggestion. After, bro.
People wear poppies to commemorate them. We scanned the field. She was gone. the humming stopped, and a strange feeling settled over us that I can't properly describe. We followed a long path through the poppies, expecting to find her at the end. Instead, we found something incomprehensible, a tombstone and a white, muddy dress lying in front of it. The tombstone read, "In loving memory of Diana, taken from this world too young. May her soul rest in peace, 1917. Understandably, we were horrified. We ran back to the camp and told Tommy everything. He didn't believe a word. The next morning, we told Luca's parents what we'd seen. A pale expression crossed his father's face. He said, "A woman was killed by her husband on this farm many years ago. He went off to war and came back with shrapnel embedded in his face. The doctors couldn't remove it. He went insane and one day snapped. He killed his wife in a poppy field, and her body was never found."
For story 2, shout to Grandma. There's a reason I'm watching this on incognito, because I don't want horror stories to be recommended to me. For real. I just can't sit and watch horror all day. Like, maybe once a week with Corey, but that was it.
My name is AK. I'm 20 years old now. I was 9 when this incident happened. It happened to me and my grandmother. My grandmother was a professor at a prestigious university. My mother was a businesswoman, and my father worked for a private company. On the day of the incident, my mother was on a 3-day business trip abroad, and my father worked late into the night. My grandmother and I were alone in our 5-story apartment complex. One evening, my grandmother came home from college holding a large hilsa fish in her hand. It was my favorite fish, so I was excited, but she looked nervous. When I asked her what was wrong, she told me to close the windows and the balcony door because it was evening. About an hour later, I smelled the fish frying in our kitchen. I ran over happily, and my grandmother smiled at me. As we talked, she noticed a few pieces of fish missing from the plate beside her. She knew I hadn't taken any because I was standing right next to her. She said nothing, but the strange thing continued. Each time she glanced at the plate, more fish would disappear. She waited to see what would happen, and what happened next still makes me cry with horror. A truly black hand, a disgusting hand with dark
Let's be for real.
hair, came through the kitchen window and took a piece of fish. My grandmother immediately began praying and yelled for me to leave, but I was frozen with fear. Tears ran down my face. Living on the 5th floor, I knew that hand could not be human. I began having trouble breathing, like something was suffocating me. My grandmother screamed at the black entity and asked it what it wanted. The black hand pointed at the fish. My grandmother decided to give it a piece, but she also knew that if she gave it what it wanted, it might never let go. So she moved closer to the hand, holding the fish, and instead of handing it over, burned the entity's hand with a pair of cooking tongs. A loud, inhuman scream rang out, and the hand flew back out the window. My grandmother recited prayers and shut the window. After that, I fainted. When I woke up, I was in the hospital. My grandmother, my mother, my father, and a nurse stood around my bed. My family was crying. My mother had returned home from abroad quickly. She said that as soon as I fainted, my fever spiked. I was shaking and foaming at the mouth. My grandmother had called the neighbors and taken me to the hospital. The doctors struggled to bring my fever down. I was unconscious for 3 days. Thankfully, I recovered, but that incident is still unforgettable.
Yeah, that's not real. What did somebody say? I trust the fisherman. My mother told me many stories about hill shop fishes and gins. This is actually true. It's not wise to give it what it wants. It's such a rural incident, and it's accurate to my story. The only difference is that jinns would ask for fishes instead of just taking it. If you don't give it, you'll be harmed. If you give it, it'll keep asking for more. And when it's failed to give more, it'll harm you. They are scared of fire. This is my story, and it was indeed a bad jinn. Okay. Oh, so it's like Bengali folklore. Just give the ghost that fish. Let's watch the MG vid. Damn, 2 hours?
I was 16. Don't even remember what month it was, but I know this was sometime during the summer. My parents were gone for the weekend, so I was spending the 2 days alone doing whatever. Mostly cycling between watching YouTube, gaming, and grabbing snacks from the kitchen. So I was in my room upstairs 99% of the time, with headphones on. I think being a teen, it was nice to just sit in my room and do whatever I wanted without being bothered. At some point, while I was gaming though, I started hearing voices. At first, I thought a video had started playing in the background, but when I checked YouTube, everything was paused. So then I took my headphones off, and that's when I noticed the voices were coming from outside. I had my bedroom window slightly cracked open, so I could hear just the muffled sound of someone speaking. It was raining outside too, which made it more difficult. They had to be close though, like near the outside walls of the house. Couldn't tell what they were saying, or if they were talking to someone else. I only heard what sounded like one voice. By the time I had gotten up from my chair and walked over to the window to get a closer listen, they had stopped talking. I decided to head downstairs and try looking out some of the other windows to see if they were still around, because honestly, someone walking that close to the house at 8 p.m. was pretty weird. Seemed like whoever it was gone already though, because I couldn't see any sign of them when I got downstairs. I took the opportunity to grab a bag of chips from the kitchen, then headed back up to my room. Must have been up there gaming for an hour, but it went by really fast. I was in the middle of a round, and suddenly heard a voice from outside my headset. Even mid-game and with the headphones on, the voice was much more clear than what I was hearing earlier. Not necessarily louder, but far less muffled, and I could have sworn I knew what he said. I quickly took off my headset and listened. The house was quiet and creaky as I waited for 15 seconds before I heard the voice again.
Luke.
The man called my nickname. My full name was Lucas, but I always went by Luke with my buddies, and that's what he was calling out. I didn't recognize this man's voice though, and more importantly, I was almost positive his voice was coming from below me, like inside the house below me. I quietly laid my headset on the desk, got up and walked up to the bedroom door. I did my best to open it very quietly, not to let it creak or make any noise. Just when I opened it, he yelled my name again. Though yelled isn't the right word. He was calling it out, but almost softly. It was like when you call out someone's name just to ask them something. Very calm and friendly. In the context of whoever this man was breaking into my home, it only added to how disturbing the whole thing was. His voice had this gravelly sound to it, sounded like he had to be mid-50s with a life full of smoking. As he said my name again, I was able to confirm that he was definitely inside the house and probably right around the bottom of the staircase. I backed up and left the door open, scared to close it and make noise, with him being so close. I then went to the back window and pushed it further open, then carefully stepped out onto the roof and closed it as much as I could without letting it latch shut. It wasn't a full roof. It was actually the overhang to the front porch, and it just happened to be right outside my window, making a kind of 3 or 4 foot wide sloped ledge that I could stand or sit on. Definitely not the safest, especially being wet and slippery from the rain, but I didn't have much of a choice, unless I wanted to hide in the bedroom and probably get found before cops could make it. And that's when I realized I f***ed up. I left my phone on my desk. I was too worried about getting out to even think about it. I moved back toward the window and prepared to go back in and get it. But just as I peered into the room, I saw a shadow through the doorway coming down the hall outside my room. I quickly moved back out of sight. My heart was pounding. A few seconds later, I heard some things shuffling around in my room, and then the man call my name again.
Luke.
That creepy, soft tone. I peered over just a little bit so I could partially see the room. All I saw was his shadow on the wall, moving around and looking at my desk, probably seeing I had a game opened, and was in the process of figuring out I had to be somewhere nearby still. I really wanted to look around a little further to get a glimpse of who he was, but I couldn't risk getting caught. I started getting that sixth sense gut feeling that I was about to be found out, so I acted fast, moving to the farthest point of the ledge. Under me was nothing but a small bush and some grass. It was maybe an 8 to 10 foot drop. I sort of dangled off first, then let go, hitting my legs on the ground and falling back. It was painful, but didn't break anything. I got up and ran for the nearest neighbor. Honestly, I don't know how others in these stories I listen to do it, because in my case, I couldn't get anyone to answer the door and help me. I mean, it was the middle of the night, and they probably thought I was some lunatic trying to get them to open the door and let me in. It still ended up working though, because one of the houses called the police on me for banging on their door, which I was then able to explain to the officer my situation. I had no way to know how long I was out there for. My guess is 20 minutes before the cop came by. The man in my home was gone, but the officer also found the window in my room fully open. The guy had checked out on the ledge at some point after I left. It made my heart sink, knowing how close I was. In the following days, my legs swelled up from the jump, but ultimately had no lasting injuries. Crazy to think that decision actually might have saved my life, or prevented whatever sick plans that intruder had in mind. I think it'll always haunt the back of my mind though, knowing I was so close to seeing who the man was, and yet I didn't. Kinda wish I risked it and looked. But it's easy for me to say now, while I'm not actively in a life-threatening situation. As far as me and my family are aware, the guy never came back and never followed up on anything. I'm much older now, so I don't think anything will ever come from it, and hopefully it stays that way.
You got the good ending. It was his dad who left to buy cigarettes. What's up with all these bad bitches watching horror, bro? I forgot women are into depressing things, bro. Yo, Panic, you sent your shit in the Discord game? Guess not. Yeah. That was. BRB about to go lay down. Alright. Oh shit, I forgot to. Hold on, try. I gotta post. Hold on, chat. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. My fault. Throwed off a perk. Nigga, and I'm throwing off a perk. Damn, bro. Alright, back. Say, K. What's the thumbnail, bro? It's me fighting Freddy, bro. Yo, alright, I'm about to press play. I forgot to post this reel real quick. Late night reel. Oh shit, Tiff. I didn't even see you actually happen to my ear. I think I had like, it was like a cyst type thing. Forgot what it was, but I had to pop it. And my sister was like, oh, you had to pour a warm cloth over it. So, but it was kind of like 2 bumps or 2 pimples, I guess. And I had to throw some shit on top of it. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Should be good now, though. Hopefully. But it hurt for a minute, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, sorry. Let me post this on YouTube real quick. Mid-ass surreal. I just be posting shit, bro. I'll be posting shit and niggas on TikTok be on my dick, bro.
I work as security for a small office space in town. Even after this happened, I still decided to keep the job, as I couldn't find anything else with better pay. Trust me, I'll be leaving as soon as I can, though. Part of the reason I got the job, and I didn't mind it, was that the office space was part of a large business district, or office park, that was in the middle of a fairly wealthy part of town. Really, I couldn't see any way people would actually try breaking into one of these places, as they had to know in a wealthier area like this, there would be security, if not in person, at least through cameras and monitoring systems. Anyway, I clocked in at 10 p.m., doing my first quick rounds of the place to activate all the detection systems, then headed into the security office. It was more of a closet, to be honest. No windows or anything, so not a fun place to be. If I could help it, I like to walk around pretty often. I was only supposed to get up and walk around every hour, including a perimeter walk of the building. But I did it more frequently, because watching the cameras and systems and stuff was really a drag. However, this night, it was pouring down a little too hard to be walking around outside. So I was stuck inside, walking the hallways. One thing to mention is that the cameras always fogged up every time it rained, which made all the outdoor ones nearly useless. Just 30 minutes into my shift, there was an alert on the monitor. It detected motion from one of the cameras on the front of the building.
Motion. Y'all ain't got motion like me. Y'all ain't got motion like me. Y'all not the motion, man. Hold on, y'all not the motion. Y'all ain't the motion, man. How much Chipotle napkins y'all got? Yeah, you ain't got this much Chipotle napkins, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, fuck out of here, nigga. You broke, bitch.
Building. I checked it and could barely see anything, though it did look like there might have been someone standing outside the front door. I could just see a little bit of movement. So I headed out of the office and down to the first story. All I was gonna do was go out there and see what the guy wanted, or if there even was a guy there. But when I opened the door and looked out, he wasn't there. Still just a rainy mess outside, and no one in sight. I closed the door and reset the alarm. Very strange for anyone to be out here tonight. Maybe he had the wrong building. Regardless, it looked like he left, so I tried not to bother with it. I went back up to the office.
Did you know?
I was only sitting down for another 5-ish minutes before I heard a phone ringing. Not the security phone on my desk. It sounded like it was coming from a floor below, in one of the offices. Annoyed, I got up and walked down there, but by then it had already rung through. I waited a few minutes, and almost like I predicted it, they called again. I followed the sound into a seemingly typical office room. Bunch of desks lined up in rows, with the main overhead lights off. But right in the middle, there was a small glowing light from a phone on one of the desks. I walked up to it. It said unknown caller. I found it extremely odd that a random phone on one of the office desks was ringing. Why this specific one, and not the reception desk phone that was linked to the company? How did anyone even have the specific office phone number and extension? I wanted to answer and ask who was calling. I mean, the mystery of it was hard to ignore, but it wasn't my business to be answering random phone calls. Probably could have gotten in trouble for it if someone found out I did. So I left it. I didn't know how to put the thing on silent, so for the next hour, I'd constantly hear the damn thing ringing below me as I sat upstairs in the security room. At 1 a.m., I got up and did a quick walkthrough of the office, just the usual rounds. It only took 10 minutes, and then I was back at the security desk. But I didn't even get to sit down when I heard a thump resonate through the building. It echoed like it was from the hollow stairwell, or possibly a hallway. Scared the hell out of me. I checked the system and saw nothing interesting, so then I ran down to the first floor to recheck the doors that I just checked. I felt a bit of shock as I approached the front door and noticed a blinking green light on the alarm system. It was put on pause, basically disarming this specific door. Even I never did that. I only turned it on or off, never on pause. Feeling a bit of tension, I pushed open the door and looked outside. Still pouring, and still nobody out there. I closed and relocked the door. Something really strange was going on this night, and it was the first time since getting this gig that I'd actually been uneasy. I had no idea what was going on. I started to hurry back up the stairwell, hoping if I looked over the system again, it would give me some sort of answers. I got to the 3rd story when I stopped right on the stairs. The door was open, the one leading to the 3rd floor office hallway, which was also where the phone had been ringing from earlier. I carefully stepped up to it, not hearing a single thing, as I approached and looked out into the hallway. And then everything went black. My sight, hearing, probably whole consciousness just cut out for a split second. When I was back, I was completely dazed and in the middle of stumbling backward. And even though I blacked out for a moment, I knew instantly that I'd been hit in the back of the head. As my whole body was fighting to stay awake, I fell down a few steps in the stairwell and saw the blurry outline of someone standing in the doorway. I immediately got to my feet and stumbled down the rest of the steps, ears ringing and head throbbing as I managed to make it out of the building. I used the work phone on my belt to quick dial 911. I hid behind my car in the downpour as I waited for them to get there. I was so out of it, I couldn't tell you how long I waited for. They didn't find anyone in the building. I was taken to the hospital and treated for a pretty bad concussion, but was otherwise okay. While it might seem like just a regular break-in, a lot of things added up to make it feel more, I don't know, professional, I guess. They did it on a rainy night, when the camera lenses were fogged over. And assuming it was them calling, they knew a specific office worker's phone number that wasn't available to the public. And most convincing is they knew how that exact security system worked and how to disengage it so they could get in unnoticed. Seems too coincidental to be some nobody breaking in on a whim. The dude hit me so hard too, I couldn't even make out anything but a blurry image of him, so I had no description to give the police. All this being said, I know I won't be getting any answers. I've still been working there, months after this happened, and the company hasn't told me anything. Nothing about if anything was stolen, or if they knew who it was, or even what he broke in for. Nothing at all. It's really odd, and I'm still in the process of looking for a new gig. But until then, I'm gonna be way more aware of any strange things going on at this office.
Nah, gay, you gotta quit your job. Like, unemployment may be bad, but it's better than dying. They're ready to risk their life over this shit. It's raining in every story.
A few months ago, me and my buddy Thomas were hanging out at my place for the evening. Neither of us worked the next day, so we were just chilling and having some beers. Honestly, we weren't planning to hang out for that long, but by the time it was 10 p.m., I offered Thomas to sleep on the couch if he wanted, which was actually a pretty common occurrence. He still lived with his folks.
What if bro was a girl? You ever like just stayed up late night with like a shorty, bro, and it's like, oh, I don't wanna go to my dorm right now. You gotta be like, shit, nigga. My roommate won't mind if you stay the night. I had no girls in my dorm.
So hanging at my place was his way of getting some space. Anyway, we made plans for tomorrow morning as well, and the whole thing turned into planning to have a pretty cool day tomorrow. But since Thomas didn't bring any extra clothes or anything, and before he drank too much, he drove back to his place real quick to grab some stuff. That way we can drink some more when he got back, and he'd have stuff for tomorrow. Obviously, he could have stayed home since he was going back anyway, but like I said, he preferred hanging at my place. The drive was only 5 minutes, so I just hung back and waited. I was gonna stay out on the porch, but somehow I'd never noticed the massive storm going on outside, so I went back in and just waited on the couch. I was scrolling on my phone and sipping on my beer, not really watching the time, but at some point, say 15 or 20 minutes later, a knock finally came at the front door. I quickly got up and casually opened the door for him, but nearly dropped my glass when I was startled by it not being Thomas. It was just some guy, wearing almost all black and dripping wet. I swear the man looked so creepy. There was no chance in hell, even being
Shoot the nigga, bro. We are in America.
drunk, that I would have ever opened the door for him. Normally, I would have checked first, too, if I hadn't been expecting Thomas. And with the crazy storm out, what was this guy even doing? Before I could get a word out, the man put one foot in the doorway and looked in at me.
Nah, gang. At least 2 terabytes. At least 2 terabytes. Get him out of here, bro. Get him out of here.
He'd clearly been out in the rain for hours, though he had a tired look masked over his whole face.
Looks like a Walter White's top customer, bro. Am I tweaking, or is he literally tweaking?
I reached back for the door and said sorry, that I thought he was someone else. He kept his foot in the doorway, though, and just smiled. I started to close the door, and he still didn't get the hint, keeping his foot right there in the doorway. It was incredibly weird and also awkward, because for a good 4 or 5 seconds, we just stood there. He didn't say anything, and I was too drunk to think of anything to say. And then he finally moved his foot and took a step back, still smiling as I closed the door. Immediately, I went back to the couch and sent Thomas a text to watch out for the creep lurking outside the door. Honestly, it was more of a joke text, though. After getting the door closed and everything, I thought it was so ridiculous that it was kind of funny. Maybe I had a few too many drinks. I waited.
Beer does not make you hallucinate of a homeless man standing at your doorstep.
A decent amount of time, definitely longer than it should have taken him to be back. I thought it could have been the storm making things take a while, but when I went up to the window and looked out to check on the storm, I saw Thomas's car was back, parked on the curb. Confused, I went to the front door and opened it, but Thomas wasn't there. I stood in the doorway, looking out into the rain for a minute, but it was clear Thomas wasn't around. His car was parked and off, and I didn't see any movement in there, so he definitely wasn't still sitting inside. I pulled my phone out and called his cell. Right away, a light lit up in his car. It was certainly his phone, and it lit up enough for me to see clearly that he was not inside. Now I was worried. I walked out into the rain, to the bottom of the driveway, and looked around. I called out his name, but it was so loud outside, I knew it was useless. Somehow, it wasn't until I got utterly soaked by the rain that I remembered the creepy man that was outside the house before. I started to think he might have had something to do with this. Getting a really overwhelming feeling about this whole thing, I ran back inside, closing and locking the door behind me. As I took my shoes off, I quickly felt that something else was wrong. I looked up, and the main hallway was dark. Like really dark, as if none of the lights were on back there. Could have sworn I'd left them all on, or at least a couple of lights. I slowly walked down to the end of the hallway. The storm going on. on outside the walls, along with the calm quietness of inside the house, was making it way more tense than I was comfortable with. I got to the end and looked around. All the rooms were dark, but right along the side of the wall, the faintest outline of someone was standing
He's getting lit up.
there, pressed up to the wall like they were trying to stay out of sight. I must have looked at them for a little too long though, because after a couple of seconds, the man moved with confidence and stepped toward me.
Oh, nah.
He was holding one of his arms up and had something in his hand, and at the time I didn't look long enough to see what it was before running. I used every muscle in my body to run as fast as possible out the front door and as far away as I could. I hid in some random house's front porch and called the police. From there, I could sort of see through the rain to the front of my house. So a few minutes later, when cops showed up, I watched as 2 officers calmly walked up to the front door before suddenly raising their guns and sprinting inside. I guess they saw the guy still in the hallway and chased him out the back door, but they said he jumped the fence and they lost him in the storm.
They never catch the guy. He never catch him. Every story, they never catch the nigga. They never catch him. By all means, he could be in my closet right now, ready to diddy attack me.
I ran over and told them everything, and they immediately started searching for Thomas, and thankfully found him after only 5 minutes. He was locked inside a car parked down the road, tied up in everything. Turned out the man creeping outside my house held Thomas at gunpoint as soon as he pulled up to the house. And then, after forcing him to get into the car down the road, he came back to the house and broke in through the back while I was looking for Thomas, presumably trying to do the same thing to me. Which means when I saw him holding his arm up, he was holding a gun pointed right at me. Had it not been too dark, and had I seen what it was, I probably wouldn't have even risked running away, which would have left both me and Thomas at the mercy of this insane man. Anyway, the car the guy was using was stolen earlier that night, so it was a dead end, and the guy was completely lost to the storm. No traces whatsoever. We have no clue what he intended, or why he did any of it.
Of course. Of course, bro. Chat, can I go live on TikTok? Let me see if I could go live. Let me see if I could go live on TikTok. Yo, we live? Hold on, chat. I think we live. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, we doing something new right now. Yo, we got 0 viewers. Yo. Yo. So how do I end this? Wait, is there like a way for me to end this? Welcome to TikTok Live. Have fun. Viewers in real time. Welcome to TikTok Live. Have fun. Viewers in real time. I bet. I want to hear some music. Wait, I don't even know how this works for real. Wait, I don't even know how this works for real. Like, do I just like, do I scroll on my phone? Like, do I just like, do I scroll on my phone? Yo, it's officially 12:03. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's officially 12:03. You know what I'm saying? First person to comment gets $1. Send your cash out to the game. First person to comment gets $1. Send your cash out. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yo. Yo. Should I do thank you for the roses? Should I do thank you for the roses? Chad, yo, 1 viewer, man. Chad, yo, 1 viewer, man. Oh, can I like do different shit on this, man? Like, do I just have to like just have my phone up? Can I like do different shit on this, man? Like, do I just have to like just have my phone up? Like, draw and guess. Like, you could do that. Right? Your first word is boy. Start draw and guess. Oh shoot, you could do that. My word. Right? Alright, try guess my word is boy. Start draw. Oh shoot, I just said my word. Alright, try guess my word. Hashtag pay me my money. Sitting. Hashtag pay me my money. Nah, it's not flying. Sitting. Nah, it's not flying. Hold on. How do I do this, bro? How do I do this, bro? Alright, you guys got 1 minute left. Alright, you guys got 1 minute left. So this is a boom, right? That's that. So this is a boom, right? That's that. And this, look at this huge thing. I have a huge thing of these. You know what I'm saying? Look at this huge thing. I mean, some people might say it's a baseball bat. You know what I'm saying? But no. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people might say it's a baseball bat. It's like, but who has a baseball bat like that? What type of people? It's like, who has a baseball bat like that? What type of people? Yeah, he tight shit. Yeah, he tight shit. The guess was boy. The word was boy. The guess was boy. The word was boy. Alright, I got a next one. Alright, I got a next one. Alright, so. Alright. Guess this, bro. First person to get it correct gets $1. Yo, guess this, bro. First person to get it correct gets $1. So boom. And then picture this. Boom. Nah. And then, I mean, laying is kind of close. Picture this. Alright. Nah. I mean, laying is kind of close. Alright. If I'm streaming. Yeah, I'm streaming, bro. Chat, y'all see the TikTok, right? Yeah, y'all see it. Yeah, I'm streaming, bro. Chat, y'all see the TikTok, right? Yeah, y'all see it. Alright, this will give it away. Alright, this will give it away. Close. It's people that cry. You know what I'm saying? Close. It's people that cry. Thank you for the roses. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the roses. Oh, shit. Tiff got it. Oh, shit. Tiff got it. Hold on. G shit, man. Hold on. G shit, man. invite-based Goku. Yo, don't ask to get invited into the live if you're not throwing ass.
Ain't not really kicking shit, you heard?
Like,
Not really kicking that shit,
kicking the shit.
Here's my best tip to stop coughing immediately, and it's based.
Y'all trying to hear a beat I made?
Don't have to say that it's possible today. You feel it kicking in so I
Yeah, I look like asthma. This shit hard. This shit hard. This shit hard. Now I gotta go back to my other beat. Hold on. DJ Renaissance. Ain't no competition in my lane. Cash Cardi. switch up on the O. You know what I'm saying? I feel tired now. Good night, chat. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to dip. Love y'all. Click, 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 pow. Click, 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 click.